So reflecting on the journey of my story of discernment, well, it's pretty much like everyone's story of choosing a vocation in their life. It's about what won my heart. And so my story of discernment started when I was young. I was lucky enough, and this is when hopefully as parents and as any young person who's watching this, we have the courage to say, what is it I want to give my heart to? Where am I feeling called to give my heart to? And I held that rightly, that question, rather than either saying, I'm going to be a priest, or I'm going to be a religious sister, or I'm not going to be a priest. I've heard people say those sorts of things. Please, please, please don't make me a nun. I was able to say, just lightly as a young man, what do I want to do with my life? What do I want to give my life to? And I said to the Lord, what do you want from me? And that's the first question, is what do you want from me? And having the courage to say that. And so I said that, and I sensed the beginnings of a call to priesthood. It was just the beginnings. And it never went away, it just grew because I allowed it to grow. And I would say discernment is about allowing the space for whatever our heart is, the deepest longings of our heart are, to allow them to grow. And that happens in prayer. That happens where we waste time with Jesus and let him win our hearts. So I did that, and actually I came down to a Vocations discernment down here in Christchurch. It's very ironic to think, if you told me I think I was 15 at the time, if you told me at the age of 15 that I'd come down here one day as bishop, I never would have believed you. But I came down to discern the Redemptorists' fathers, and I just loved it. I remember just even thinking about it. I came to the Redemptorist monastery, and I remember being a deep, deep sense of joy. And I never obviously became a Redemptorist, but when I went to the seminary, I remember wanting to go there. It was my deepest longing. It didn't mean that there weren't other attractions. Obviously there are in life, but I found that when I was most at peace, when I was calm, and when I was in that really happy place in my life, I felt called to priesthood. So I'd say allowing yourself the space and staying close to the Lord. If you never talk with him, then obviously his voice will become quieter and quieter, so we need to allow that space to do that. So I encourage you to do that. Any young men or women out there, give that space and allow Jesus to win your heart, because in the end a vocation is about where we can love, where we can give our hearts most, and to whom we give ourselves most. So it's not like that I've given up on loving others. I'm actually choosing to love Jesus in his church. So that's how I came to discern my vocation to priesthood.